Hi, and welcome to Smart Beach Investors weekly real estate update for Florida's Emerald Coast. This is where we take a look at the vital market statistics, looking for trends and anything that will tell us where prices are headed in the short term and even the long term. Then we offer a little bit of analysis that will help you determine whether you should buy, sell, or hold your property. All right? That's what we do. I'm John Moran. I am the CEO and founder of Keller Williams Realty's At the Beach team and Smart Beach Investor. And that's what we're going to do here. So let's go ahead and get started. Inventory is a vital trend that we need to watch, because when inventory is on the up, supply is on the up, well, then you can expect prices to come down a little bit, right? Typical supply and demand. So let's take a look at what's going on across the board here. We'll start in Destin. Destin homes, inventory's down. Inventory's down, right? Year over year and going back 2 years, and it's down relatively significant. Same thing with condos. Don't look for inventory to be a help here. Let's go on. Let's look at 30A. All right. Again, here, 30A homes down year over year. Going back 2 years, both are down. Condos, yeah, they're down too, right? Year over year and going back 2 years. What's going on in Panama City with regard to inventory? Well, look in there. They're down not as much, but they're also down. Houses, condos, year over year, back-to-back years, going back to 2021, they're down too. So across the board, Destin, 30A, Panama City, inventory's down. And when inventory's down, it makes it really hard for prices to come down. There's just a lack of supply. All right, so let's talk about what's going on with pricing then. Is there any trend, any information we can glean from what's going on here? Let's start with Destin. We'll start with Destin homes. Yeah, prices are down a little bit. It looks like they're softening a little bit in Destin. Take a look at the red boxes here. Those are the median list price and the median sales price. In Destin, you're down 7% year over year. So it's coming down some. But if you go back a year and a half, 2 years here to 2021, you're still up 25%. You're sitting on a lot of upside still, all right? If you own a house in Destin, I think a lot of the owners are still feeling pretty good about what they've got. Condos, well, let's take a look. Okay, Destin condos. Well, they're up too. 11.7, that's pretty solid year over year return on your purchase there. And you're up 43.8% going back to 2021. Destin condo owners are feeling very little pressure from it, from what I can see here on prices. They're holding up quite well. 30A, what's going on there? Let's take a quick look. 30A. Okay, 30A, they're up too. They're up too. If you look at the sales price, 6.6 year over year, 29% going back to 2021. I can't think that folks that own properties on 30A homes are feeling much stress yet with price. 30A condos, up 12.5 year over year, 24.1 going back to 2021. Again, folks are sitting on a lot of equity right now, and I think that's causing them to breathe relatively easy in light of all this tough talk about real estate. How about over in Panama City? Let's take a quick look there. All right, looking at Panama City. Prices up for homes, 3.8% year over year, 35.9 going back to 2021. Same story. If you own a house over in Panama City Beach, you're feeling pretty good about what you got. Condos, I bet is the same thing. Let's take a quick look there. Yeah, condos, same thing. Year over year. You're not up a ton, 3.3, but it's up. And year going back to 2021, 33.8. Rock solid. All right. So there you go. With regard to prices, yeah, they're not coming down yet. All right. Maybe they're softening a little compared to 2021, but you're still sitting on a ton of equity. All right. So that's what's going on with prices. I don't know if I would anticipate much coming off those in the coming weeks, months. We'll see. Alternatives. Let's talk about where else you can put your money. I was talking to a builder friend of mine, a good friend, that was telling me about houses. He says he's got the land, he's got the money to build on them, he's all set to go, except he's not. He's got his money parked. He said he's getting 5.5%. I think it's in treasury bonds or something, and he's perfectly comfortable letting his money sit there. Okay, so the inventory is not going to get any better. He's one builder, but I can't imagine there's not a ton of builders that are looking at parking their money in a safe, strong interest earning liquid spot like T-bills or treasury bonds or CDs, something like that. This is going to make it hard. No inventory, hard for prices to come down. Let's look at mortgage rates. What's going on with mortgage rates? Mortgage rates are the highest rate they've been since the year 2000. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think we're sitting in 2023? That's a lot of years, and mortgage rates are just through the moon. Are they going to come down? I'm not believing it. Jerome Powell, chairman of the Fed, he's got to get to, and he's saying that he will get inflation under control. And the way he's going to do it is continue to raise the federal funds rate. Mortgage rates tend to follow that. The other thing I was seeing, the average 30-year fixed rate last year at this time, 5.5%. Okay, for someone buying a house at $400,000 with 20% down on a 30-year fixed rate, the monthly payment today with principal and interest is roughly $420,000 more. The interest rates matter. Okay, and that's going to tamp down the demand, no doubt, for properties. So we got this low inventory battling this high cost of money. Battle of the Titans. Who's going to win? I don't know. We're going to have to watch. But right now, mortgage rates are up. Cost to own. You always got to look at cost to own. What's going on there? Well, insurance. This is interesting. Citizens, which is the state insurance company, the insurer of last resort. All right. They tried to get a 12% rate increase, but the state shut them down. They said, you got to go back to the drawing board. That's too much for primary residences. But what they did do, they got a 9.2% increase approved for condos. So that's going to come into play. And I think it's going to take effect October 1st. So look for an increase in your condo association dues due to increase in insurance. All right. So again, insurance cost to own, cost of everything is going up, battling that low inventory. Battle of the Titans. Pay attention to that. We'll watch it. But right now, the inventory's winning. What else? Migration patterns. Okay, this is interesting. Migration patterns. One thing we want to look at is the population too. Baby boomers, right? They're what, 55, 57 to 77, 75, something like this. All right. They're at their end of their career or almost at the end of their career, the max earning money. They're doing well. They've socked away a lot of money. They got a lot of stuff. And quite honestly, they don't need mortgage rates. They're coming down, they're buying. They're buying up whatever they can, whatever they want, right? They have less time on earth and plenty of money to enjoy it. So they're coming down to Florida and they're buying up real estate. We're seeing it all over the place. That's a thing. So these cash buyers are going to eat up a lot of inventory too. So there's that out there, and we're watching that. It's a thing. What does it all mean? How do you make sense of all this? Well, here's what I can tell you. I can tell you. We see it every day, right? We're seeing a constricting of pricing in the Destin homes. It'll spill over, I think, to the condos, 30A in Panama City. Somewhat. You're going to see a softening of prices. To expect prices to drop dramatically is probably an overstatement. I don't think I'd feel comfortable telling you that. If you're looking for a smoking good deal, yeah, I don't know. Keep looking. Here's what we can tell you though. If you're a buyer and you're going to own a long time, 10, 20 years, buy. The odds of prices being higher in 20 years I would bet on that. I would bet a lot on that. Okay. The odds of prices being lower shortly, I'm not so sure I'd bet on that. So yeah, if you're buying, find a property where the numbers work. Make sure the numbers work, cash flow, they're not costing you anything, or you're comfortable with what it costs. And I would go ahead and buy. All right. I don't know that the inventory is going to be your friend. It might even get less. So find a place and buy. I feel comfortable saying that. If you're thinking of selling, if you're going to sell, I would sell right now. I think prices are high. They're not the tippy top high, but they're pretty high. And yeah, if they soften a little bit and they come down, you're going to take a little bit of a hit there. So if you're not in it for the long haul, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I would go ahead and get that on the market and see if you can capture a good buy right now and move that money to wherever you're going to take it. Outside of that, if you're going to hold, fine. Put in your renter, put a renter. Rent's likely going to go up. It's softening right now because of inflation and everything. In the next 12 months, 18 months, it's probably going to be a little spongy. But over time, it's going to go up again. Find a good property manager, do some upgrades, make sure yours is the best property out there, and then ride the wave up. That's where we're at this week with Florida's Emerald Coast Real Estate. Check in next week. But there you go. Give us an email at info@smartbeachinvestor if you have any questions. If you want to talk about your property, we're more than happy to talk to you about it. All right. See you next week.